There is a version of your life that exists only in the 11 seconds between closing your laptop and standing up from your desk. In that version, the emails stop arriving, the calendar stops filling. You are standing barefoot on a small piece of land somewhere far from here, water all around you, and the only person beside you is the one whose hand you are already holding in your mind. A house with no real address, a boat you don't know how to drive yet, but will learn. A version of the two of you that has nothing left to prove because there is no one left to prove it to. You don't tell most people about this because it sounds dramatic out loud, quitting everything, disappearing with someone you love to somewhere far away and small. So you keep it where you keep your other unspoken things, and you go back to your inbox, and the version of you on the island stays exactly where you left her, barefoot, waiting, more patient than you have ever once managed to be in your actual life. There is a name for this particular ache, even if you've never heard it spoken. It is something closer to what we might call the Pastoral Mirage. A mirage is not a lie. It is something real, shimmering just past the reach of where you're standing, made of actual water, just not water you can ever quite arrive at. The island is real. Simplicity is real, but the version you're picturing, frictionless, free of every demand currently sitting on your chest, may not exist anywhere except in the 11 seconds after you close your laptop. You are not weak for wanting this. The pastoral mirage is what the mind manufactures when it has carried too much complexity for too long without rest. It is not a desire for a place, it is a desire for a self that no longer has to perform, negotiate, or explain itself to anyone. The island is simply the only setting your imagination found spacious enough to hold that kind of peace. And there is relief in hearing that named because it means you are not broken. The question is not whether the longing is real, it's what the longing is actually pointing toward. 25 centuries before either of you were born, a philosopher in ancient China watched a butcher work and noticed something almost nobody else would have thought to mention. The blade never dulled because the butcher never forced it through bone. He found the spaces that were already open and let the knife pass through them. Lao Tzu called this Wu Wei, usually translated as non-action, though that undersells it. It does not mean doing nothing, it means doing nothing that fights against the nature of things, moving the way water moves around a rock, never tiring itself trying to prove it could break stone. Lao Tzu watched the people around him exhausting themselves, chasing titles, status, the accumulation of more, and called it a kind of forgetting, a habit of overriding your own nature in pursuit of recognition that, once achieved, never actually satisfies. The island in this light isn't a real estate fantasy, it's your nervous system trying to remember Wu Wei, the part of you that has been forcing the knife through bone for years, finally asking what it might feel like to find the space that was already open. But Lao Tzu never said the goal was to abandon your life. He said the goal was to stop fighting the part of life that doesn't need to be fought. There's a difference between releasing your grip on what exhausts you and running from everything that requires you to stay present. One is wisdom, the other is exhaustion wearing wisdom's clothing. So, the harder question. If the island is Wu Wei, why do you only picture it after a stressful day, never on an easy one? A genuine desire for simplicity tends to show up steadily, shaping small decisions over years. What you're describing arrives like a flare, bright and sudden, visible only in the dark. That's not the rhythm of wisdom, that's the rhythm of avoidance. And there's a quieter question hiding behind the first, about the person standing beside you in the fantasy. They are always already there, already willing, already as ready to vanish as you are. There's never a version where you have to convince them or discover their idea of simple isn't quite yours. In the daydream, love requires nothing of you but proximity, No friction, no version of them that disagrees with you about anything that matters. Which means the island may not only be an escape from your job, it may be a way of rehearsing a love that has never had to survive an actual disagreement, an actual bad week, an actual ordinary Tuesday with dishes in the sink and nothing romantic happening at all. That doesn't make the love less real. It means the fantasy may be doing two jobs at once, letting you rest from your circumstances and letting you avoid finding out whether the love can hold up somewhere far less cinematic than the one in your head. The real test was never the location. Lao Tzu never asked his students to move to a forest to practice Wu Wei. He asked them to stop forcing the blade exactly where they already stood. So, here is the harder, far less romantic version of your fantasy. Could you find that same stillness in your actual kitchen on an actual Tuesday with the actual person you love, the one who leaves dishes in the sink and disagrees with you about things that don't matter and is, in every unglamorous way, real? So, here is what the fantasy is actually asking you. Underneath the water and the boat and the house with no address. Are you imagining a simpler place or a love that has never had to be complicated? And if you ever did get on that boat, if you ever did arrive at that shore together, which one of you would be first to discover that the life you were running from was never really the problem at all?